What's up, guys? It's Alex with Ghetto Pours. The only thing we take serious is what the fuck we put in the glass. Currently in the glass, we got a little... Oh, I'm gonna knock stuff over. Got a little 1792 Bottle and Bond Eureka store pick. And we got some other stuff we're gonna move on to later. No sponsorship, but just shout out to a chill motherfucker. Bourbon Curations. Got the water in here, because it's hot. Especially when I have to shut the fan off in this house. But why are we making this video? Well, this is going to start to mark the change. We're not going away from the crazy, stupid videos we do on Instagram and stuff like that. But I am going to start getting into some more long-form content, such as this. And as you saw by the title already, we're going to be talking about Kentucky Bourbon Festival 2025 and some of the things I think, other than the obvious, like Whiskey Weather did an amazing video today talking about, I think it dropped today, maybe it dropped a day or two ago, but talking about like the different bottles that are going to be coming out and dropping at the festival. You've got all your allocateds, you've got some more common, some of the, I'm blanking on the distillery name, but it spells Kentucky across all 8 bottles. That's really cool, and it's $60 a bottle. Now you got to buy 8 of them, so that's almost $500. But like, you get my point. It's kind of like chasing the toppers of these, which I do not, but same concept. I like that. I fuck with that. Now, what I am curious about, genuinely, is going to be what you see. If you've been to Kentucky Bourbon Festival, you've got one side that's all your major producers. So if you walk in, that's going to be, at least last year, and I was told the years prior as well, that's the left-hand side in front of the Bourbon Museum that's there in Bardstown. On the right-hand side, the larger portion, at least by number of distilleries, is the craft side of the experience. I think the craft side, just like it was last year, is going to be popping way more than the big producer side. Not that the people will necessarily be there more, but I think it's going to be popping more. Hi, Pixie, come. Oh, I think you're making it on the camera. You might be, I don't know. But I think they're going to be popping more in the sense of, I think you're going to see smaller producers putting out higher age statements. I think you're going to see them putting out different unique finishes, or perhaps they're not going to put out anything different or crazy. They're just going to put out some really, really solid bourbon. If you're going, it's your first time, go check out Neely Family Distillery. I'm not affiliated at all. Got 2 bottles of them up here. Boom, boom. But they did last year my favorite bottle of the entire, second favorite bottle of the entire festival, to be honest. I bought the first favorite bottle. My second favorite bottle of the festival I did not pick up because it was out of space in my luggage. But it was from Neely Family. It was a 7-year-old double-barreled chocolatey toasted marshmallow delight. I don't know what they're going to be doing this year, but if they do anything like that, I totally recommend you pick it up. It was only like $70 or $80 too. It wasn't even that bad. It was, again, I was out of money because my bank didn't like the fact that I was on vacation to the other side of the country, so they held up my check, and I was out of space in my suitcase. So it was a blast. Another recommendation: if it's your first time, even if it's not your first time, take some cash with you. Not that people are really taking cash, but take some cash for the stuff you go do around there. It's going to be service jobs, people that are giving you alcohol, tip them. Maybe that's just me coming from Vegas, but always have money to tip people. And then, yeah, make sure you have multiple cards just in case your credit union does something stupid like mine did and just forgets to deliver your paycheck till Monday. But in other news, I'm going to cheat a little bit because my memory is not phenomenal here. But let's see. This is not the article I was looking for. Nope, that's not it either. I lost it apparently. Anywho. Oh. So apparently, the Kentucky Bourbon Festival announced next year's festival will be September 10th through 13th in 2026, celebrating its 35th year next year. You won't catch me slacking. The second tickets go on sale, I will be buying the second. I will mortgage my kidney. No, I'll just sell it at that point and buy more whiskey. But if you're going, another thing to check out, definitely go stand in line for Heaven Hill. That line is long. It's insanely long, but it moves. I promise you, as stupid as that sounds, that line moves, and it moves really quickly. Do that. If by some luck it's there, because it was announced and dropped there last year, pick up a 12-year bullet. At least on the West Coast, we don't get them at all. Like, they might have come through for a little while, but they're gone. But yeah, so Kentucky Bourbon Festival, the 5th through the 7th. Don't forget one other really, I think, critical thing that a lot of people miss. You are in Kentucky. You're in the Louisville area. You're in Bardstown specifically when you're at the festival. There are so many other things going on, especially if you have the access to get in on Thursday night. There's going to be after parties. There's going to be all kinds of fun like that. Take advantage. I've never tried them. Again, not affiliated, but Z-Biotics, probably take that or take something like that with you, some kind of a helps you recover better supplement with you. Because you're going to drink a lot. Let's just face facts. That's what you're going to do. You got to get your money's worth. It's not hard to accomplish. And then last but not least, before we get into actually like finding the list of bottles, I will find this list. I had it up a minute ago. But before you go into like some bottles that I think you should be looking out for, I think another important thing with the Kentucky Bourbon Festival is just to realize you're going to be bumping elbows with people from all walks of life at this event. And I mean that you could be bumping elbows with people that are distillery, maybe not owners, although they do walk around from time to time if they have any time available. But you'll be walking around with people that work or co-own or own shares, like substantial share holdings of different distilleries. You're going to be walking around meeting a bunch of whiskey influencers. I guess I count, but I mean like actual people. I've met Bruzel. Shout out Blind Pig Basement. I know people by their Instagram names. I don't know them by their actual name, and that's bad. But like you're gonna run into a bunch of cool people. I don't remember if he's gonna be there, Bourbon Curations or not. If you are, cheers, brother. But you're gonna run into a ton of people. Whiskey Weather's gonna be there. Did not run into him last year, but super chill dude. Take advantage of that. Say hi to people. Go out of your way to maybe get a photo if that's your thing. And most importantly, if you are there in some capacity to try and market yourself or your business, whatever it is, have some business cards. Yeah, it's going to be busy. Looks like Friday's going to be hot. Not by Vegas standards, but we don't have humidity, right? It's going to be like 92 degrees out there and pushing like 50% humidity. That sounds terrible. Good luck to everyone. Do hydrate. And no, when I say hydrate, the Penelope frozen slushies do not count as hydration. I promise. It seems like a great plan at first, and then you realize 3 or 4 later it wasn't the best plan. Because you'll feel amazing right up until you don't. On that note, we're switching it up. Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye coming in at 130.9 proof. This is from the Martini. Shout out Dylan. This is the really cool Mr. Whiskey Wednesday single barrel proof Dylan's pick from this year. Really love this bottle. You won't see Jack Daniel's at Kentucky Bourbon Festival. I'll tell you that much. Not only because they're technically whiskey, not bourbon, but they don't go. And you might be surprised too. Some of the really big names aren't there. But you're gonna have a lot of them. You're gonna have Beam. You're gonna have Hill. You're gonna have Maker's Mark, Wilderness Trail, Bullet. I'm trying to think who else was there on that side. There's gonna be a lot of stuff there. Make sure. I would totally recommend, having been once now. Not that I'm an expert, but I would walk most of day one, with the exception of waiting in 1 or 2 of those long lines to get your hyper allocated stuff. Heaven Hill usually is doing a Parker's Heritage, or they're doing a Old Fitz drop. Last year, I want to say the Old Fitz was a 14-year, and the orange, the not VSOP, that's cognac. Starts with a V. But yeah, the orange barrels. Like they did that. They did some crazy stuff. Maker's Mark's dropping cellar age 25 there. Oh, one thing I would look at, since I'm cheating now, it's not the cheapest thing ever, but Larrikin is dropping a cigar blend. Larrikin in general, if you're not familiar with Larrikin, check them out while you're there. Larrikin makes some really, really good stuff. I like what they stand for and everything with the company and all that too, but Larrikin is not anywhere out here. California, I think, finally got a bottle or two, like some of their different varieties, but I could be wrong on that. Yeah, Bardstown, Disco 13 sounds really good. Let's see if this says what Disco 13 is here. Oh, also Bardstown. If you're staying in the Louisville area, go down to their downtown location. This is supposed to drop. When is this supposed to drop? Nationwide launch is August 29th. So it's already launched nationwide, but I would check out their downtown location on Whiskey Row. You could probably find it there. Bright and early in the morning, there will probably be a line. Michter's still has the best cocktail I've ever had on their second floor bar. You don't need to wait in line or anything for that. You can just walk in and ask. You might have to make a reservation, but like there's no like separate thing for that. Let's see. Buzzard's Roost is doing a new cigar blend because they've had a cigar blend. It was there last year, but apparently they're doing a new version or batch of the cigar blend. I'm a big fan of those. They're not cheap. They're all pushing about $1.50. It's probably my biggest problem with them, but you know it is what it is. Let's see. We're gonna cheat. We're gonna go to Whiskey Weather's page because I am struggling to find what I was looking for. If I can type, that's a big if. So I think, yeah, the Kentucky series, which is coming from, who is this from? So it's from Old Louisville. Okay, there we go. Old Louisville, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, aged 8 years. It's that. This probably is not visible at all. But yeah, they spell Kentucky. So you have to get all of them. But if you get all of them, you can spell out Kentucky. And it would take up a bigger shelf beautifully. I think it's really cool. The price tag's really nice. And then what else does he got that he talks about? Let's see. Let's see. Where's the actual video? Oh, you probably won't find it there specifically, but if you can find a Russell's 13, phenomenal. That's batch 6. It's really freaking good. Another thing I would be on the lookout for while you're there, check out any of the small distilleries that you've probably never heard of. See what they have. Talk to them. Try it. Old Steelhouse. Pretty sure that's the name of the one. If I'm right, but I'll look that up real quick. Old Steelhouse had some really good stuff last year. And, yep, Old Steelhouse. Hey, I remember things. So they had a really great single barrel there last year. I want to say it was their Architect single barrel. No, that's Penelope. What do they call this? Single barrel, Old Steelhouse, straight bourbon whiskey. Who? I don't know, but last year, right after the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, they, for the first time in 50 years, or almost 50 years, they fired up their own distillery again and like started making stuff. So they've been contract distilling, is my understanding, but like that was actually them firing back up and getting started again. There's going to be a company out there. Let me just go to my page. Why am I doing this the hard way? Just go back a little bit, because there's some stuff. Oh yeah, if they do a pick again, Bardstown, the rye barrel proof, one of my favorite ryes, so I'm biased on that one, but the pick from last year was banging, and I can't imagine if they do another pick again this year, it would be any less banging. And then let's see. If my phone wants to get its life together, I can picture the bottle, and I can't remember the name. Saint Luca? No, Luca Mariano. Okay, Luca Mariano was there last year. I don't know if they're coming this year, but they had this amazing $30 rye. But they had some other stuff that was older, some single barrels that were a little bit more, a little older. She was really good. I wish we got that out here. If you hit up any of the liquor stores, Cooper's Craft, it's going away. Snag a bottle or two. It's probably my favorite freaking thing outside of the, where is that bottle? It's buried. I buried it up top? I guess I did. Outside of the, oh, this is going to bug me. It's going to bug me way too much. There we go. Outside of the early times bottle and bond, the black label ones, or the black top ones, that Cooper's Craft is really, really close analog to that. Let's see what else. Do take advantage of Evergreen Liquors in their tasting bar. You get 2 pours, and they're usually really affordable. They're not huge pours, but they're usually really affordable. Pursuit United is dropping a double oaked rye. It's going to be great. Their rye was phenomenal. Their double oaks were phenomenal. Peerless is, I don't know if they're actually at the show. I'm pretty sure they're at the show. But even if they're not, Peerless is right off of Whiskey Row. The distillery, don't even do the tour. Just go do the tasting. It's worth it. That's a lot of fun. Yeah, and then, I mean, you know, go say, I was going to say Joe, and I was right. Go say hi to Joe, aka Blind Pig Basement. Super chill dude. Go get this cocktail. Okay, it's called the English Breakfast at Fort Nelson, bar at Fort Nelson. Phenomenal. And then, yeah, one other thing. If you go to the downtown location of Bardstown Bourbon Company, so not in Bardstown, but actually on Whiskey Row, they had Disco 11 last year. 12? 12, sorry. Disco 12. They also had 11. So we got to do a blind, or not a blind, but a flight, and you could kind of pick whatever you wanted. So we had Disco 11, Disco 12, the Wheat, which had just dropped, and then their in-store only, which is this, what is this? It's a small batch stay finish. It's basically their version of the Maker's Mark wood finishing series. That was pretty good. And that, I believe, is distillery only, with a handful of exceptions, perhaps. You'll be able to pick up stuff from Redline, if they're doing the Hive still, Redline Distilling. That was my favorite bottle of last year. I snagged that bottle right after I had a sample of it. I think the really fun part about Kentucky Bourbon Festival in general is, other than you get to meet everyone and you're in like the heart of bourbon, right? You're in Kentucky, and specifically you're in Louisville and then Bardstown. You are in the heart of it. Go hit up 1 or 2 distilleries, even if you just go to the gift shop. It's fun. It's worth it. Maker's Mark is freaking beautiful. If you don't want to wait in the crazy line, but maybe you don't mind a drive or waking up super early, head on out to Maker's Mark at about 3:30 to 4 a.m. You'll be able to pick up a ticket and then show up at the designated time to go ahead and get your cellar aged. That's how they did it last year. I think that's a really smart way to do it. That way you can go knock out in the car in the parking lot. It's not like Vegas. You're not charged for parking out there. You just kind of show up, park, relax in your car for a while, and then when your designated time comes up, go grab it. And, you know, hit the festival all 3 days. Hit it fast, hit it hard. Sunday's probably going to be your shorter day, not only because there's less hours, but you've already seen a lot of the stuff. But, I mean, walk into everywhere, man. The watch company that's there, I want to say it's Oris. I can't afford a damn thing from. Did I go in because I like watches and talk to them? Absolutely, I did. Also, that was only like 3 shots deep because that was right in there. But like, you know, it was a couple pours deep. Hit a Penelope, they'll definitely be there. I know they're dropping a new 10-year estate, I believe, or an 11-year estate, something like that. They dropped Valencia there last year, which is really good, frankly. Valencia was I think one that kind of got under the radar. I didn't hear a whole lot about it per se compared to some of the releases. And just have fun with it, ladies and gentlemen. I am extremely jealous of everyone that's going because I am not. But with that being said, guys, this is Ghetto Pours, where the only thing we take seriously is what the fuck we put in our glass. Have fun at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. Stay safe. And until next time, chase liquor, not bitches. That is so damn good. I don't think I mentioned that. This is a Coy Hill Rickhouse on top of it. Damn, that's good. Whew.